a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your...
What up, Giants fans? How's everybody doing today? Please remember on your way in, hit that like, share, subscribe. Always helps. Always helps a bit. Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Giants Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Jones. This show is brought to you by Game Changers Media. Please hit that like button on your way in. So, a lot of losses for the Giants this week. Not only the game, but we go into this game short in the corners position, and Cordell Flott, of course, gets a concussion from his own guy, Bobby Okereke. So we were definitely struggling in the back, but the big thing is we can't stop the run. We can't stop the run. It's been a long time since we've been able to stop the run. Shit, I can't even remember the last time we stopped the run. When Joe Schoen came and took over at GM, the run stopping ability of the defense was shit. And you know where we are right now? I think we're ranked like 30 or 32. So we might as well be the worst run stopping defense in the league. And we proved that with what we allowed Saquon to do to us. They had over 250 something rushing yards on the ground. And not only was it him, it was Saquon, but Bigsby finding holes and touchdowns. Same thing with the New York Giants defense. I don't even know. We watched the Denver game, and that was a tough loss. But that was more of a, hey, we made a mistake. But it comes down to the defense. The Giants put up enough points in that Denver game when people weren't giving us a shot, didn't even have us winning, even coming close to winning that game, and we put up over 30 points against arguably the best defense in the league. So it's very tough when Joe Schoen has built this football team to be a defensive monster, and he hasn't accomplished a damn thing. He really hasn't. I mean, what good things has Joe Schoen done for this team? He brought in Burns. Okay, I'll give him that one. Dart, you can't even say that because I'm pretty sure watching Marshall Green on Giants Chat Sports said that Daboll was the one that really wanted Jackson Dart. So you can't even give that to him. He didn't pay Xavier McKinney. He didn't pay Barkley. But he gave Darius Slayton $30-something million. Now, how does that work? How do you give a guy like Darius Slayton $30-something million, but you don't give Saquon the money to stay? You don't give Xavier McKinney. You just allow players that are good for this team to go. And then we see, of course, these people leave our team and they flourish in the next place they go. Big thing is Indiana Jones. That's a big one. He's in Indy looking real good right now, doing really good. This Giants team and organization has become diseased with losing. Like, it's horrible. It is horrible. And I just don't know when we're going to get out of it. I really don't know. Let's start with this. What's going on with the officiating in the NFL? Now, I watched almost the whole Giants game, which I watched the whole game, but I watched other games too, even the Kansas City game. The officiating around the league has just been absolutely disgusting. Like, not even noteworthy other than just bad calls. We had a tush push, which you go up against the Eagles. They tried to ban the tush push last offseason, and it didn't happen. But I have a strong feeling we will not see the tush push again after this year, because there has been video evidence of false starting on the tush push not getting called. And then, not to mention, one of the refs have an issue making the right call. Like, you can't – there was a tush push against the Giants, and Hurts is on top of people, pushing. He's still going forward. And Kayvon comes up on the pile, grabs the ball, and ends up with the ball. Strips it right out of Hurts' hands. But the officials, one, didn't give us a fumble. Oh, forward progress. That's the biggest load of BS I've ever seen. First off, the whistle didn't even blow till after the ball was out of Jalen's hands. And this isn't a goal line tush push. Like, you are fair game. This ball is live. He's reaching the ball out. You're not even at the goal line. That ball is live. You can't call forward progress on that, because first off, he was still going forward if you watch the video. So we got screwed there. And then what happens, of course? Oh, touchdown. Saquon gets his second touchdown. And that changes everything. Changes the momentum. It changes just, man, it just irritates the piss out of me. It really does. Yeah, New York Giants run defense, 5.7 yards per rush. That's 32nd in the league. 148. They're allowing 148 yards per game. That's 30th in the league. And we have one of the top 5 paid defenses in all of the NFL. And we've given up 77 points in the last 5 quarters. You don't even know. I don't even know where to go with that. I don't even know where to go with that. And then, not only that, there's the officiating. There was a false start on Philly, but the Giants got called with 30 seconds in the half. Like, you can't miss. How do you mess plays up like this so bad? Offensive pass interference on Darius Slayton on a touchdown reception. But when you watch that, the dude was grabbing his arm. The dude was all over him. And he was just trying to get the guy off of him, makes the catch, runs into the end zone, but they call offensive pass interference. That changes the course of the game. That takes our touchdown off the board. And we settled for 3 at that point, I believe. So something's got to be done. The officiating, something has got to be done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around about it. Like, these guys have to be held responsible. And in light of all the NBA nonsense and the point shaving and the gambling and the NBA, who's to say that it's not going on in the NFL? I think it should be looked into, because I've seen refs pointing and laughing during all this. Like, you're an official. Your job out there is to officiate the game to the best of your ability, and they absolutely shit all over that. They shit all over it. Especially this guy down here on the banner here. Just terrible calls, incorrect calls, and pretty much screwing the Giants. I'm not saying that we would have won if these things changed, but there's definitely an argument there, because it changes momentum. It should have been a fumble. It wasn't. We lose momentum. Philly gets lucky, gets a touchdown. They get even more momentum. The pass interference call, offensive pass interference call that we should have a touchdown on, changes the outcome of the game. It changes the momentum. It changes everything. Even Corey Black, a guy who hasn't seen NFL, hasn't been on the NFL playing field, but we were so depleted, we had to put Corey Black out there at corner, and he was even called for pass interference. But if you look at the replay on that, the defender was pushing and pulling on him. Or the receiver was pushing and pulling on him. So just all around horrible, horrible, horrible officiating. And like I said, I'm not going to blame this game on the refs. There was a lot of things that were going on. There was a lot of things that should have went right that didn't go right. That we did a lot of it to ourselves. But there's a big one. We've been so excited about Jackson Dart and Cam Skattebo and the way that they work together and the energy that Cam brings to this team, the juice they call it. Horrific injury. It's like just when you think it can't go any worse, just when you think things can't get any worse than they already are, Cam goes up for it was essentially a slant, quick slant over the middle, jumps up, and the ball bounces off his hands. But as he's going to the ground, the defender hip drop tackles him. And man, his right leg, his right ankle just gets caught under the defender, and he pulls it up, and it's sideways. Completely sideways. Absolutely grotesque. Jackson Dart looked at it and he just like, oh, he couldn't even look. He had to look away. And that's how you know it was bad. It's like almost like the Alex Smith injury, or it's just, it was absolutely horrible. You feel so bad for the guy, but he's a tough son of a bitch. And he was even asking the players to pick him up, like help him up. Like, this dude is crazy. He is absolute nuts. And it's good to have a player like that. He brings that energy, and he does. I don't know. It was just very sad. So he ended up going off. And, you know, that's another deflating thing. So now on top of the bad calls with the officiating, then we lose Cam. We lose the energy source of this team. I mean, don't get it twisted. Jackson Dart is a good energy source for this team. He's a positive influence. He gets them pumped up. But it helps when you got Cam and Dart, because Cam, he brings that energy like constantly. So, you know, best wishes to Cam. He did go out. I did hear something about one of the Philadelphia security guys brought him pizza and a cheesesteak, which is very dope. But he did release a statement. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Surgery went well. I just want to thank the city of Philly for taking the best care of me. Every moment I spent in the hospital with family and friends, I felt loved and supported in every way. Thank you to the doctors, surgeons, and staff that did their best work on me. This is just the beginning of my journey, and I can't wait to show you guys all about it. God has a plan for me. Stick the course, and it will all work itself out. Be right back. Let's fucking go. So, man, I mean, he's still positive. He was telling the team, let's fucking go, as they were carting him off the field. Didn't even look like he was in pain. The guy's a monster. And, you know, I truly believe he's going to come back. And I truly believe he's going to just come back twice as hard, twice as tough. And it's very sad because this kid, man, was having a great rookie season. Like, he was putting touchdowns on the board. He was rushing up against these people and just the yards after contact. He was a game changer, you know, and I wasn't thinking he was going to be as big as he was. He's a little guy. You don't really expect it, but man, he's a monster. And, you know, it definitely hurts to not have him in the lineup. He's going to be deeply missed, and get well soon. We don't want him to get any infections like what happened to Alex Smith or whatever, because, you know, obviously Alex was never the same after he got that infection in his leg. So good luck to you, Cam. Keep it clean. No infections. Come back 110%. And this team will be here waiting for you. We can't wait to see you again. You know, keep your head up. Between that, it's not the offense anymore. It's really not. And the sad part is you can sit here and say that it's not the Giants offense. We can sit here and say it's not we are putting points on the board. We didn't put a lot of points on the board this week. I mean, we still put up 20, which is more than 20 is more than we were putting up all last season pretty much. So, yeah, we're still putting points on the board. Our defense is letting us down. Brian Burns did have a sack, and it was amazing. It was like, oh, here we go. This is what we need. We needed Burns to come up big. He comes up big with a monster sack of Jalen, and it puts him in 2nd and 31. And on the very next play, the defense allows the running back, not even Saquon, it was Bigsby, to run 36 yards. First down. So you make the big play, you make the big stop. Jalen takes a sack for a ginormous loss. Just kept going backwards, and Burns gets him. And you're pumped up. Even the fans, you're pumped up. You're like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to stop him here. We'll get the ball back. No. Wrong, dickhead. Very next play, Bigsby run. Boom, first down. And it's just so demoralizing. The 5th top paid defense in the NFL Football League. And we can't stop a team on 2nd and 31. 2nd and 31. And part of this is Dexter Lawrence. Listen, Dexter Lawrence still playing above what he's been playing. He's still playing good. But he's nothing. I don't know if that injury's still bothering him. I don't know if I just don't know. He's not putting in the work. If you look at the stats over here, we're not getting a lot of dancing from Sexy Dexty. And it definitely is a decline from his previous seasons. If we look over here, 2019, he had 2.5 sacks. And even in that season, with 24 tackles, it's still better than what he's doing now. I mean, granted, it was the whole season, but then you go up to 2020, he had 4 sacks, went back down to 2.5 in 21. The playoff season in 22, he had 7.5 sacks, 35 combined tackles, 33 assisted. 2023, he went off for 4.5. And last year, one of the shittiest Giants years we've witnessed, he had 9 sacks. And now here we are in the following year, and the guy's got 7 combined tackles, 13 assisted, and only a half a sack. And the highlight on his reel is the 1 interception. Like, I'm sorry, but this has to change. And this, excuse me. And, it's even, it's bad when Carl Banks calls out Dexter Lawrence over his play. Bear with me. This is a decently long. Dexter Lawrence, nobody respects you anymore. Nobody, Banks said on his Believe in Giants podcast with radio partner Bob Papa after Sunday's loss to the Eagles. Excuse me. Your opponents do not. The pre-injury Dexter is not there in their heads. They don't respect you. And there is a difference. You're on the field. They're blocking you with their 5th-year backup center. You're not making a difference. The old Dexter would. There are a lot of things that go into your performance. Only you know what that is, whether you're still recovering or not. I'm just telling you now, I'm looking at enough tape to know that your opponents don't respect you, not like they used to. It says Brett Toth, a 29-year-old backup guard, filled in as Eagles starting center on Sunday with Cam Jurgens out injured, and Lawrence, 27, did not take advantage in a one-on-one situations. Banks said that the Giants' other interior linemen, Darius Alexander, Roy Robinson Harris, and DJ Davison, were making plays against the same guys blocking Lawrence. It's time for you to start expecting more of yourself, Banks said of Lawrence. I don't know if you're injured. I don't know if you're fully recovered, but it's time to start asking more of yourself. And I believe that's fair. When you get called out by a Giants legend like Carl Banks, you better listen, because it's true. We pumped up Sexy Dexy all off season, calling him the best nose tackle in the game, and then he comes out here and he's doing this BS. It's not even close. He has fallen off, and you can't deny it. If you look at the numbers, he has fallen off. Last year, and boom, compared to this year, he's nothing. I don't know the answer. He's got to lift himself up, because if he's playing that shitty, that also makes our run game defense that much worse. At some point, these players have to take responsibility. And just like the refs, I wish they'd take some responsibility. What is that about? How come football players and coaches aren't allowed to criticize the refs? Why aren't you allowed to call them out? Why aren't you allowed? You're going to get fined. It's bull crap. You're allowed to call out anybody, anything you want, but don't talk about the refs. Well, who talks about the refs? Well, we're just supposed to ignore it? No, that's BS. There should be fines. There should be, if you miss plays like that, there should be fines. There should be suspensions. There should be all kinds of crap. Responsibility. If these refs are getting away with this nonsense day in and day out every week, why would they give a shit? Why would they give a crap to call a fair game? Why would they give a crap? What is the incentive of them keeping the game fair? There's not one. There's not one. These people are getting paid. You don't know. Like I said, this could be the NBA 2.0 with the NFL. Nobody would be thinking that right now if there wasn't this stuff going on with the NBA. I mean, we'll just be real. But, maybe there is something more to it, because the plays that we have witnessed, the officiating we have witnessed, leaves a lot of questions, and they need to be held accountable. And we need to get to the bottom of it, because in this day and age with technology and everything that we have, there is no effing reason for these games to be officiated as bad as we have been seeing. Not even a little bit. There's not an excuse. This is nonsense. Get with the effing program, NFL. Get with the effing program and hold these refs accountable. We could sit here and say all we want that, it didn't affect the game, but you don't know that. Those little things change momentum. Those things change the perspective of teams. Those things can demoralize you. These things, and when you do stuff like that, you are changing the outcome of the game. So that's where I'm at with that. We need to hold these referees, need to be held accountable. And that whole nonsense about not being able to say anything about them, not being able to criticize the officiating, not being able to say what they truly mean, you are interfering with freedom of speech in that sense. We're not allowed to talk about the officiating. The players and coaches are not allowed to say anything about the officiating. Well, if that's the case, you're not putting any pressure on them. And then if you're not able to put pressure on them and you're not holding them accountable and they're not getting suspended and they're not being fined, what the hell is the point of watching football? I don't want to watch a game where I'm questioning whether it's rigged. I'm sorry. But this is BS, and the officials need to be held accountable. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't know. Maybe they need to be graded after every game. Maybe they need to be, I don't know. But there has to be something. There has to be something to hold these people accountable. There has to be something to hold this team accountable. So Scat had his surgery. We were talking about that. Dislocated ankle with perforate. It came through the skin. So that's why he went into surgery so quick. They were worried about the and I don't know. It's just everything all together. But I think the bigger thing is this right here on my overlay. Can we talk about the future if the coaching staff stays the same. And that's what it comes down to. Can we? Let's talk about the records. Let's go back to McAdoo. 2016, the Giants were 11-5. We lost in the wild card that year. 2017, McAdoo and Spagnuolo, we went 3-13. Then we had Shurmur, 5-11 and 18. Shurmur 4-12 in 19. Judge came in 6-10 his first year in 20. 4-13 in 21. And then Daboll comes around and there was some life, 9-7 and 1. We won in the opening wild card round. We lost the divisional round. In 2023, so Daboll's second year, 6-11. We were third out of 4 in the NFC East. 2024, which was last year, horrible, 3-14. Now, I'm not as upset about it. We got some good picks. We got Abdul Carter, number 3. Most of the Giants coaching staff, especially Joe Schoen, wanted Shedeur Sanders. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of on that bandwagon. But Daboll seen something in Dart. And he literally went hell and high water to have him. And I don't think that was a GM call. I think he put that strictly on Daboll because I think that was a Daboll decision. I really do. I don't think Joe Schoen should get credit for any of that. And then here we are this year, 2-6. We're sitting 2-6. We brought in a veteran, Russell Wilson, who everybody knew already had trouble throwing over the middle of the field because he's short. He has a hell of a moon ball, but the guy takes a lot of sacks and can't throw over the middle. I mean, what the hell do we want him for? Why would we even take him? Why would we even want him? But, I was excited because we lost to the Dallas Cowboys in a game our defense should have showed up again. Another game our defense should have shown up, but allowed Dak Prescott and those Cowboys to keep throwing points up, letting them back in the game. Then we get a victory with Jackson Dart. Things get exciting. We go to New Orleans. And we have a horrible game as offense. As an offense, we just had a horrible game. The defense wasn't the greatest again. And Philly comes to MetLife, and we take them down. We made Philadelphia look silly. We made them look basic. The Super Bowl champions. How do we not get excited by that? I was excited. We're going in the right direction, right? But then that overshadowed, I think that I allowed that to overshadow, like, how good is the defense really doing? Because they're not doing good. The defense is not doing good. And I know we were missing a Debo. I know we were missing Holland this week, but they're not all the problems. We got guys like Tyler Nubin, who just sometimes on that Saquon Barkley run on that second play of the game, looked like he was stuck in the mud. He was straight ahead. He had Barkley right in front of him and just stood there. And by the time he made a move, Barkley's gone. You can't do that. You have to attack. And he just looked like he would. And then the Giants, bad angles, bad tackling, not wrapping people up. The yards after the run and catch have to be off the charts, just off the charts. This defense is not good. And that hurts me to say when we got guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy, Brian Burns. It's just very disheartening. It really is. It sucks. But I think all the excitement with the offense and stuff, I just overlooked the defense. And the defense is, Brian Burns is having a defensive player of the year type season, but you can't win games with one guy doing great. Abdul Carter, he's been a bit of a letdown, even though he's got a lot of pressures. So, like, he's a rookie. I don't really hold him accountable. We as Giants fans can't rely on rookies to do it for us. We still need good veterans. We need these guys to stand up and take accountability. Tay Banks, the dude is horrendous. And I don't mean as a person. I don't mean as anything other than a football player. There was high hopes for Banks. He came in and he's trash. I'm sorry, but it's trash. I don't know if he can work that out. I don't know if he could do some specific training. I don't know what he can do. I don't even know if he's fixable. But these are the situations that Joe Schoen has put this football team in. And it's getting to the point where it's very frustrating. We got our asses kicked. We lost Cam Scatterbo, the energy of our offense. Bad officiating. Bad plays on all accounts. The Philadelphia defense did a good job of closing that pocket on Dart. Dart didn't have a lot of rooms to run, a lot of alleys to run. They closed that pocket pretty good on him. And they had Jalen Carter back. We knew it was going to be a tough uphill battle. It wasn't going to be easy. That's why when I did picks and we were doing the review show, I said that I believe this is going to be an all-out battle. This is going to be in the trenches, and it's going to come down to a score. Well, a lot of things went against us. A lot of bad things, bad calls, injuries, just bad tackling, our own stupidity. A lot of things kept that from happening. But we as a team have to take the responsibility. I understand that. Dart was holding the ball longer. The defenders they kept fighting, and they'd get through their blocks and come up behind and get them. I don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends. So now we got Scat, who came in as a rookie, 4th-round pick out of Arizona State, 101 rushes for 410 yards with 5 touchdowns, plus 2 more receiving touchdowns. Like, this kid was definitely one of the hearts of this team. Now, I'm not saying we can't win without him, because that'd be a lie. It's not true. It's just the energy the kid brought makes a difference. We got a long way to go. We got San Francisco coming up. The 49ers coming up, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, and the Patriots. Our next 5 games before our bye week. We got to win some of these games. I think we have a chance against the 49ers if our defense can clean shit up. And that's the big if. We can't mess up the development of our rookie quarterback. And it makes me nervous that this coaching staff, between the GM, I don't even want to say Daboll. I really don't believe a lot of this is on Daboll. I really don't. I think this is Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator, because I think Kafka's done a pretty decent job of calling the offense. I mean, we've been putting points up, but you can't compliment the offense if the defense is playing like a high school team. You can't do it. And I know that, and this is a tough thing, because I think Joe Schoen has to go. And every single time that the GM goes, the coach goes. Because when you bring in a GM, you want them to be able to have a pick of coach. You want them to be able to start over fresh. And, is Brian Daboll a Super Bowl caliber coach? I think he could be. I think there's that possibility. Is he right now? I can't say, because there's so much dysfunction in the aspects of this team. It's hard to tell. It's hard to decipher. I know he gets pissed off. Like, he almost had an aneurysm on the sideline this weekend. And I get it. The officiating, I get it. Some people were saying, oh, you got to be under more control than that. Like, be under more control than that. Like, I'd be fucking pissed too. Like, I was pissed. I think every Giants fan was pissed. I think people that weren't Giants fans that seen that were pissed. Like, holy shit. If they're officiating that like that, then what the hell is it going to happen to us? Like, but it starts with Joe Schoen. I just think he's horrible. He let Saquon go, which, I've moved on with that, and we're where we're at because of those situations. But those are things you want to do for a couple extra $1 million. A couple extra $1 million. Like, you were stuck on a couple $1 million. Xavier McKinney, just let him go. Because you try to lowball these players that deserve money. And you can't do that. You can't lowball players that can be superstars. You can't do that. They're going to go somewhere else. Newsflash. Ergo, we have amazing talent on the Giants, and then we let them go. But we never have a collective bunch that can just... I mean, you think about all the people. You think about the people that have come through here that we let go. Like, if we would have had them still, had our team together, who knows what could have happened. And I don't like to play the who knows game or the guess what ifs. But Joe Schoen's the problem. Bowen is a problem. I'd be happy getting rid of the GM, the defensive coordinator. Shit. At this point, I think Jackson Dart has the ability to start all over with a whole new coaching system. I think that Jackson Dart is the kind of talent that can get rid of our head coach, get rid of our defensive coordinator, get rid of our offensive coordinator, bring in a new GM, let him shake things up, bring in different trainers, push this team to where it needs to be, because they're not doing it right now. And I know Mara's sick right now, so he needs to appoint somebody president of football operations. Our thoughts and prayers go with you, John Mara, but listen, if you need to worry about you, your health, your family, but you need to appoint somebody that can come in here and overlook football operations day to day. Something's not going good. Something's not right. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be changed. We went from being one of the most feared organizations in this league to the laughingstock of this league, to the Browns. To the Browns. I never in my wildest dreams, even when I was young, thought that I'd be sitting here saying that we are the Browns of the league. But here we are. I do have optimism, though. I do have optimism with Jackson Dart. I do have optimism with Cam Scadaboo. I have optimism with the front side of our defensive line. But when it comes to the defensive backs and the corners and all that good stuff, I'm not sure. When Flott's out there and he's healthy, I like Flott. Adebo's not terrible. Holland's not terrible. They were just other people's problems, and we took them in. But they're good players, and I won't take that away. But we have no depth. And without depth, without somebody to come in and be able to at least do the job, that's a problem. Because these guys come in and they get torched and they get beat. And then we sit on these players like Deonte Banks for as long as we have and just let them hang around. Jalen Hyatt, he was a big letdown. What's he still even fucking doing on this roster? Like, come on, Joe Schoen. You'll keep players that are goddamn junk and just pray that they get better, or we believe in them, but you'll sit there and get rid of the fucking players that have proven themselves to be stars. It makes zero sense. You're shooting this team in the foot. You are keeping us down. And I think the fans are tired of it. I really do. I think we are tired of Joe Schoen. I know I'm tired of Joe Schoen. I'm tired of Bowen. I'm tired of just the losing. I'm tired of it. And us fans, we should be too. We have reason to be excited, but I'm still tired of fucking losing. The Daboll thing, I don't know. I'm iffy on Daboll. I kind of like Daboll, but is he the problem too? I can't say for sure. But I do know one thing. Joe Schoen's in charge of football operations when it comes to the roster, and he's not doing his job. And we've seen good from our defensive coordinator, Bowen, but not when it comes to closing games out, not when it comes to winning. And, you know, I don't know if that's the injury thing. I don't know if that's, but there's been bad decisions, you know, like in that Dallas game, not having, not having our big guys on defense out on that line, like Burns and Thibodeau and Dexy. Those are decisions that I find dumb. Now, you know, dropping 8, rushing 3, it's fine if you cover, if you play the play all the way through, if you do what you're supposed to do. But otherwise, I think you should, with this defense, rushing defense, you should be rushing the quarterback, put pressure on. Don't give him an opportunity to throw it 30 yards down the field. Not that they should be able to when you're on prevent defense, but hey, we did it twice in a row and lose a game to Denver. So I digress. So that's all I got for you. That's my rant for the day. That's my review of this Philadelphia game. Won't see him again until next year. You know, wish Cam Skattebo all the best. Hope he recovers quick because we definitely need him and his energy. I have a feeling with his work ethic, he'll be busting his ass, and hopefully he'll be ready to go, if not next season, but, you know, within the first 4 or 5 games of next season. That's just hopeful wishing, and I think if anybody can do it, it's that kid. He's a tough sumbitch. Prayers go out to him. I did see Nick Mangold passed at 41 from complication due to kidney disease 12 days after he made a public appeal for a kidney transplant. He was an All-American center at Ohio State, 2006 first-round draft pick. Jets also drafted Brickshaw Ferguson, left guard. Nick and Brick became leaders of the O-line and paved the way for playoff appearances in 06, 9, and 10 under Rex Ryan. My thoughts go out to the Mangold family and the Jets organization. I wish them all the best. Too young, man. 41, too young. Anyway, yeah, good luck, Cam. Get well soon, bud. And we got San Francisco coming up, so I'll get a preview pod together for later this week. Keep your heads up, guys. I mean, we have a lot of positives. We do have a lot of positives. I don't like to be the negative Nancy. We do have a lot of positives. Hey, sorry about that. We do have a lot of positives. I know there's a lot of negatives too, but you know, these things can be fixed. These things can be dealt with, and we just need to do better. And we need to hold this, especially the coaching staff, accountable, because the refs need held accountable, and the Giants front office and organization need to be held accountable, because Joe Schoen is not the guy. He is not the guy. I can say that with 100% certainty. He's not the guy. Dable, I can't say that, so I won't say that at this point. Maybe my mind will change in a couple weeks. We'll see how things go. But at this point, Shane and Bowen have to go. And the fact that nothing has been done, no heads have rolled, just tells me that it's either going to happen at the end of the season and it's going to be a total wipeout. That's the feeling I'm getting. I really feel like that. But only time will tell, you guys. Only time will tell. Keep your heads up. I'll see you guys in a few days with the preview for San Francisco 49ers. Please remember, when you come in, hit that like button, share, subscribe with other Giants fans or other football fans that like to just watch this stuff. I appreciate everyone. It helps a ton when you like the video. Again, this is Gridiron Giants Podcast. I'm Mike Jones, brought to you by Game Changers Media. Until next time, keep your head up, stay positive, and go Big Blue. Peace.
3, 2, 1.
Blue helmets smash the sky. Yes. The Meadowlands roar, don't ask why. Eli's calm like ice, fire in his veins. 2 Super Bowls, 2 shining rays. Tom Brady's throne